Hey guys, how's it going? Ownage here. Very warm welcome to a new F1 2015 video, which was the first video for since a very long time. I have to say it. The ship, however, strands here at Silverstone, which is definitely my favorite track, if not my favorite track. But watch what happened in qualifying, as a lot of carnage went on there, pretty much facing the wrong way, trying to drive back a little bit and then spin it round. But what I didn't realize is that there's a possibility of being disqualified that way, and so we are going to have a race, aka the race at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, you know, at Montreal, where I have to start from the back of the grid.
Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
Well, it's a great result for the team and one that we were expecting from them. Tomorrow, they'll be expecting both cars on the podium if it all goes to plan.
Welcome to Silverstone, home of the British Grand Prix. This iconic track held the very first World Championship Formula One race back in 1950, and it's a firm favourite amongst the fans and drivers alike. Pole position can only be secured by one driver, and the lucky gentleman goes by the name of Nico Rosberg this weekend. You wouldn't bet against the German driver pressing his Mercedes to victory today.
It really was a great performance from him yesterday, and I think he'll be feeling very confident that he can push on and win today's race. Unless he has car trouble or a bit of bad luck, he should be untouchable.
Fernando Alonso has been consistently out-qualifying his teammate this season, once again underlining his talent as what many think is the most complete driver on the grid.
Fernando is such a great driver. He always seems to outperform the car, and this season he's comfortably outperforming his teammate in qualifying too. His one-lap pace has been excellent.
Now, but seriously, coming back to that qualifying, I mean, there's not a lot I could do. As we see, the strategy here quickly is nothing fancy. I was just being tapped or hit by a Ferrari in the back, really, and then I lost control of the car. It's the way it is, though. We are, however, going to start from last place at my definitely my favorite track of the whole calendar. So we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can do something similar as in Montreal, where we were even battling for P1. That was an amazing race. So hopefully it gives you guys some kind of entertainment as well during this race. Got off to somewhat a good start, especially down here in turn 3 or 4, whatever it is, where the AI is pretty slow going around the outside here of Grosjean. And well, that is already up to P14, so gained about 6 positions down the start there, behind our teammate already, who is Ericsson. And as you can see and look up in the skies, it does look like there is a little bit of rain which could fall down on the circuit. Quite cloudy conditions here. Behind Sainz at the moment, who is a little bit in the way there under the acceleration, having to go and back out of that one, otherwise I would have hit him. Going a little bit in the gravel trap over there, but luckily we managed to keep P12, so we gained another couple of positions, and we are even in front of our teammate already. A little bit too quickly there to Cop's corner. Nothing too nothing too serious, of course. Through these couple of corners here, brilliant corners, definitely my favorite couple of corners in the whole world, I would say. Alongside Carlos Sainz here, I should say. Getting past him quite easily. Now there's a little bit of a battle in front of us. We are going to approach the P10. Let's go a little bit deep into Stowe corner. Carlos Sainz may get back at us, but luckily it was a bit too far back. And look again at the skies. It's definitely down at this part of the track. It's definitely a little bit more cloudy than on the other part of the track, that's for sure. But maybe those clouds will go away. On the right hand side you can see it becoming brighter and brighter. So that is the part where there is a little bit of sun, perhaps, to go once again way too deep into the first corner. Maybe cannot really get used to the heavy fuel load. Definitely pushing at the moment. So we're behind Verstappen then, who's in 10th place. And the target was actually 11th place, so we're already above our target, which is not surprising. But it was such a thing from the qualifying. I mean, as I tried to get a weather forecast information, but I couldn't do it. Every time I do it, basically after 2 seconds or so, the menu disappears again, and so I have to select the option within 2 seconds basically. I haven't configured that correctly, I'm pretty sure about that one. Lap 2 of the race though, but once again what I wanted to say, it's a poor mistake, or yeah, whatever it is, just unlucky conditions in qualifying there, because it is maybe going to have an impact on the Drivers' Championship, where we are doing somewhat quite well in. We are challenging, I would say, for the title even in our little Sauber. So not bad at all. So I take a different line through there to Verstappen outside of Chapel over here, which will be the inside line for Stoke Corner obviously, but I'm already past even before Stoke Corner. Getting a nice turn Fiat over here who's trying to pass Hulkenberg. Then there's nowhere I can go, so I had to slam on the brakes there. Fiat on the inside of Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg will have the inside line for the next corner though. Once again I box myself in there. This time Hulkenberg though goes to the right hand side and opens up the door for me for this corner. Taking it very, very cautiously, to be honest, in that corner. Hulkenberg going a bit deep into there, having to take an avoiding action. And once again around the outside there, Hulkenberg being slow on the apex of the corner, having to get or back out of the power. So P8 already then, got past that little train of cars, and then there's a little bit of a train, or a gap I should say, in front of me. But within the next 4 laps or so, I managed to close that gap down, and as you can see over here, we're already behind Bottas. No run falling at the moment obviously. When you look on the minimap though, especially the top 2, have got quite a big advantage over the rest of the field. On the inside of Bottas over here, outbraking him, a relatively easy move. And if those AI cars are going to make it that easy for me, or for us throughout the whole race, then you know, who knows what's possible. We have decent pace here after lap 7, and we are already up to P7, and we've got a good side at P3 right now. I mean, this is pretty much a battle for 3rd place in this race. Rosberg is leading though from Raikkonen at the moment. Vettel is a 3rd with Hamilton following him. We can all see that up front. Getting DRS over here on Massa, which will be activated right there. So DRS wide open for this little straight, which is called Wellington Straight. We come up to Brooklands and Lovefield. This is Brooklands, and once again just fantastic corner combinations. I prefer the old layout, to be honest, of Silverstone, as Hamilton is trying to attack Hamilton is trying to attack Vettel up front. But yeah, I like the old layout a little bit more, to be honest, of this track. But yeah, honestly, if Brooklands, Lovefield and Cops Corner, where we go through now, is in the track, and same for Maggotts Package Chapel, of course, in Stoke Corner. As long as that's in the track, I'm happy, to be honest, because it's just so awesome. It really is. Going all over the curb over there, most likely cutting the corner by quite a bit of a margin over there, so a bit of dirty driving, but we'll let it go for this time. There was on Massa here once again, but Mercedes powered car, look at that, he's got a nice turn on Ricciardo, so Massa on the inside of Ricciardo for Stoke Corner, Vettel on the inside of Hamilton as well. Those two are still pedaling, and Massa being compromised here by Ricciardo a little bit. We tried to overtake him, but we slam into his rear, and we both come into the pit lane, and Massa slamming onto the brakes on the pit lane there. I was like, I'm just gonna go flat out in there, just like you can do with every single pit entry pretty much on this game, especially when it's a pit entry like this, where you just head straight into it. A bit of an incident with Massa though, but nothing too serious, no damage or whatever. Massa finding his grid, or his pit box rather, over there. We are finding it right here. Most likely we will exit once again out behind Massa, and it does look like the case. It does seem to be the case, which it is indeed. Lost in fact a little bit of time to Massa, but that's okay. So maybe going for a little bit of an earlier pit stop. I mean, lap 7. Some guys definitely stayed out, but Massa and myself decided it was enough. A little bit of oversteer on the pit exit. Definitely be careful and be aware of that, as we are on cold tires obviously. We'll see what we can do right now. Obviously we're going for a little bit of an undercut alongside with Massa, and see if that is going to pay off and where we can end up as soon as the AI is starting to pit. And with AI I mean Vettel, Hamilton, you know, the guys who are in that train for 3rd place. See how the leader does as well over the course of this race. Maybe we can catch up to him, which is obviously Rosberg. Will be tough, but let's see what we can do. 20 laps to go, a very long race, and I was definitely enjoying it at this stage. Massa is really slowly on the apex there of Lovefield, having a nice tow maneuver. I may go for an inside pass on Cops Corner if he doesn't defend the inside, which he indeed doesn't. So we go on the inside of Cops Corner. Can we make stick? It goes deep, and it does look like it then. Just make sure that I keep it within the track limits, which is not an issue on these fresh tires. A lot of grip being provided obviously by these fresh tires, and so we are up to P11, but virtually I would say up to P5 at the moment. All depends on those guys obviously when they are going to pit, and how much of a gap it is when they are going to pit. I would say we've had a reasonable outlap. As you can see, the gap to Massa definitely increased by quite a bit of a margin. That's good for us, of course. I thought it said 26 laps or 28, but it is in fact 26. So I think I said 20 laps to go. This is obviously 18 laps to go then. Apologies about that. We see on the minimap though a couple of AI cars coming into the pit lane. We are currently behind Maldonado and definitely going to climb a few positions here. As you can see on the minimap, there are a few cars exiting the pit lane at the moment, and I make a terrible cut over there. I was going to throw up when I saw that, to be honest. But let's keep it in though. Obviously you can't edit that out. It's just a big driver mistake. In the meantime, we got out ahead of Ricciardo. That is good. But behind Hamilton. But Hamilton was battling with Vettel before. Where's Vettel then? Is Vettel staying out for another lap? It could be the case, but what a terrible corner cut in the first corner. It was one of the most terrible corner cuts you can ever make, to be honest. I probably wasn't expecting the grip I got over there from the first tires. And once again, Hamilton here on those tires, which still need to get up to temperature. Can I do something similar to Hamilton, which I did to Massa previous lap? We'll have a look at it. Our teammate in front as well. He is yet to pit, going on the inside of Hamilton though in Cops corner. And yes, he indeed does make a similar kind of mistake to Massa. We just about kept it on track by a millimeter or so. And so that move is done as well. And I am just wondering right now where Vettel is. Maybe he is due to pit and will do so this lap, as I am. Well, this lap has been horrible in terms of track limits. That is for sure. 3 tenths behind Ericsson though. About 4 tenths. Our teammate nicely getting a toll on him. No DRS there surprisingly. But straightforward move on him. And I do expect him to see him peeling into the pit lane very soon. He in fact does so right now. So up to what is it, like P3, because Fiat is in as well, of course. But where is Vettel then? That is the question. And where is Raikkonen as well? In fact, we may have already jumped Vettel. I think we did. So yeah, we must have jumped Vettel, or Rosberg has had a problem. But it's Raikkonen in front of us. So the situation at the moment is it's lap 10 of the race. I would say Raikkonen is in second place. Rosberg is leading this race still, so no position changes there. But then Hamilton has passed Vettel somehow in the lap, which was an outlap for us. And where's Vettel then? Vettel must have dropped back quite a bit. So we are behind Raikkonen in the moment. Not exactly sure what happened to Vettel. Excuse me. That's not all that important. What is important though is to get to Raikkonen. 2.5 seconds as we enter the first sector. I'm obviously there on the exit of Brooklands. Nothing too serious. It's Luffield in fact, excuse me. Not Brooklands. Let's see how Cops corner goes here. Obviously still quite a bit of fuel within the car. Nicely going through there though, that's for sure. But definitely quite a bit of a lift as well going into there. Excuse me. 16 laps to go in this race then. And closing down Raikkonen, as we saw last lap with Hamilton, has got to warm his tires up as well. Purple middle sector there, 1.1 seconds to Raikkonen, getting 1.4 seconds in the middle sector alone, as his tires yet were, have to be warmed up, as I mentioned before. So good pace from us at the moment, and maybe we can even battle for the lead here towards the end of the race. It's only lap 10. And we are already up into P3 after starting from last place, so definitely enjoying this track, definitely enjoying these conditions. And Silverstone is just, it's such a nice track to drive on, it never disappoints you. Just under a second from Raikkonen though, and in lap 12, as you can see here, definitely within the DRS zone, having a little bit of a look here on the inside, braking rather late for that corner as well, which is Brooklands. So we head into Luffield right now, gaining some time on Hamilton as well. But the battle is on here between Raikkonen and ourselves. Let's go too wide though on the exit of Luffield. Definitely costing a little bit of time, but it could have been worse. Towards the end of the lap though, we already caught up nicely to Raikkonen. So we're definitely having the pace on Raikkonen at the moment. Hence the reason why we set the fastest lap of the race, which is a 1:34.626. Let's see what we can do here. Going all over the curb there, probably having another corner cut. This has been a very, well, tragic race in terms of corner cutting, I would say. Going on the inside there of Raikkonen though, in turn 3 I believe that is. And a successful move, and I think we may have even picked up the DRS. If we did, it would have been fantastic, or it would be fantastic, and we indeed did so. So that's gonna help us nicely to pull away from Raikkonen a little bit more. And the gap to Rosberg then, that's where we are going to focus on right now. 5.3 seconds, but surely we are in the battle for the lead here during this race, and we are halfway at the moment as well. See what we can do. Maybe I can go for another undercut. We have seen that it is worth quite a bit around this track. We'll see what we can do. Raikkonen though definitely not giving up. He's trying to come back here to Cop's corner, but he's definitely not alongside of us enough to make a move stick there. As we have a green flag in front of us, or well, that must have been a yellow flag before. It is in fact a yellow flag right now. We see our teammate here who is going really slowly through that complex, and that is Rosberg right now ahead, and the gap is under a second in fact. So Well, I have no idea. Maybe there was some talks on the pit wall from our team there, as our teammate Ericsson held up Rosberg massively. I don't know whether Ericsson has made a mistake himself or something like that, because he was going rather slowly through that complex. And here we go. You know, less than a second away from Rosberg, and the battle is on. But definitely Ericsson, our teammate, has made it extremely easy for us to catch Hamilton. To catch Rosberg. I mean, we had, you know, basically we had to do nothing for that. It just was being gifted to us. And Raikkonen in the meantime has dropped back quite a lot as well, and that is fantastic, because right now we can only focus on attacking while not having to focus on defending at the same time. Rosberg definitely having serious pace. As visually I can see that he is building up the gap already once again. We are though underneath a second, or at least we were. The DRS detection point has the reason why we got DRS. But as soon as we went through, as soon as we crossed, I should say, that first sector marker, the gap was once again above a second. As you can see here, Rosberg is just really nice. I'm a little bit too far off the apex over there. Does me a little bit more time. And here on the exit of Stoke Corner, having a bit of an oversteer moment, and I decided I have enough. So I'm going for the undercut. I felt like Rosberg was slipping out of my hands there at that stage. It was just quicker than me, I'm not going to lie. So what I'm going to do is go for an undercut, as I chose the prime tire over there, which was obviously the tire we were yet to run. So it's quite a bit of a task, 12 laps on these tires. But let's try it, let's see what we can do. The crucial part is that we got out in clean air with Hamilton in front of us. So Hamilton has dropped to P7 somehow. He won't be happy with that, that's for sure. We'll have a look at his outlap though, see how it goes. At least for the first sector. As you can see, they're just struggling quite a bit on the cold tires. Yet to warm up, of course. Definitely feeling that, especially with the power delivery. 9 seconds is the gap to Hamilton, who most likely is going to pit within the next couple of laps. Question is though, what is Rosberg going to do? Is he going to respond straight away this lap? Is he going to pit? I hope he's going to stay out for another lap or so, maybe even 2 laps. In that case, I know that I have successfully managed to do the undercut, and I may have a gap to Rosberg then as well. Lap 16 of the race, and you can see as I was just about to say I took that corner beautifully, but then once again I extended it. But yeah, definitely pushing it at this stage. Rosberg is staying out though, that's for sure. Having a bit of an oversteer moment over there, nailing the curb there though. Well, not really nailing it, but at least I got to it. I somewhat tried to reach for it. And at the end of lap 16 then, there are a lot of cars into the pit lane, including Rosberg is what I would say. But the question is, where are we going to end up with relative terms to him? As I made a mistake and make another huge extension over there. But Rosberg was then not pitting, as we hear from the engineer here. Raikkonen though this lap is pitting. And if we see another dot on the minimap, which we do, we actually see a couple of dots. One of them surely has got to be Rosberg. One of them is Raikkonen. I think Raikkonen is the one we just passed. But where is Rosberg? Rosberg is in fact quite a long way ahead of us. There he is. You can see him in front. And so the undercut of this particular set of tires, so the prime tire, didn't really help. I mean, yes, we are closer than we were before. And we will definitely get a lot closer than we are right now, because Rosberg's tires are yet to warm up. But I honestly thought that we would end up a lot more in front of Rosberg than that. Skipping to the very same lap though here. Whoa, look at that, Alonso over there going rather slowly. Yellow flags because of that, and I touch or give Rosberg a little of a tap in the middle of Stoke, or sorry, that's Cop's corner. Most likely he went a little bit slow on the apex there because of the cold tires. But this is the time we have got to attack. And let's see what we can do. On the exit over here, a bit of oversteer moment, but the DRS will come into play over here. What do? I go around the outside over here, which, well, I already make the move even before the corner. No discussion anymore possible, because I make the move already before the corner. A very, very easy peasy lemon squeezy move, of course, with use of DRS. Let's see what we can do though. With 8 laps to go, Rosberg is right now the one who could attack us. I mean, he is on the first set of tires, also on the prime tire, of course. Or at least I do believe so. And he is looking rather quick at the moment. You can see it in the mirrors. He's trying to apply some pressure on us. Definitely a good first corner there. At that time, no track limits being crossed over there, or exceeded, I should say. Rosberg really putting some pressure on us. Can we sustain that pressure? You know, can we Can we make sure that we could get to the end in first place without being overtaken by Rosberg? Rosberg having DRS already. He is rather quick at the moment on those fresh tires. On the inside here of Brooklands though, Rosberg's gonna have to go around the outside. Not possible though. We go a little bit deep into here. Just make sure that I stick to the apex over here, which I do so nicely. And in that way I fend off the cutback, which Rosberg could use over there. And he could only go around the outside of Lovefield, which usually doesn't really happen once again here, though he's going for it. Rosberg is absolutely flying at the moment, applying a lot of pressure on us at the moment. And at this stage I was just hoping that the pressure would ease off maybe towards the end of the stint, because this is a lot of pressure at the moment. I am not entirely sure for how long I can keep Rosberg behind. Gonna have another run probably out of this corner, although we have got some yellow flags. It's once again Alonso. Oh, and look in the mirror, Rosberg trying to avoid Alonso, having to go off track. Hell of a move there. Don't know what Alonso was doing. In the previous lap he was going slowly already over the track too, so maybe the Honda engine failed to win us. But this time though, Rosberg is even closer than he was before. Down Wellington straight over here. But I defend the inside. He's gonna have to go around the outside. He of course went into rich mixture in order to defend a little bit. And luckily it seemed like it paid off, definitely. Rosberg cannot get past over there. 6 more laps to go though in the remainder of this race. What can Rosberg do? Once again he has got a nice run on the exit of Lovefield. Picks up a nice tow from us. I have to go defensive for pretty much every single corner here. Taking a good line through cups. Hopefully, once again, I'm missing the apex a little bit, but that's somewhat okay, I guess. I do try to reach for it as much as I can. Obviously, going all over the curb over there, all over the curb over here, then use it over here as well. Nice line through there. And Rosberg fell back a little bit, which gives a little bit of breathing space. He will have the arrest once again, and here he goes. Look at the speed advantage Rosberg has got. Another yellow flag though. Rosberg cannot get past for Stowe corner, and as you can see on the minimap, there is someone heading into the pit lane, and I think that is Alonso again. Yeah, it is in fact Alonso. Wow, I have no idea what's going on with Alonso at the moment. Wow. Anyhow, lap 21 of the race. It looks like we are able to fend off Rosberg at the moment, although he's having a look on the inside over here for turn 1. I turn into the corner though and I have to go a little bit wide. But Rosberg is putting so much pressure on us at the moment. Probably I took a little bit too much speed. I was obviously not having the ideal line through there, because Rosberg was on the inside there and I had to leave him room. But Rosberg is so aggressive on us at the moment. Once again he's gonna have to get another move in over here. This time I don't defend the inside. Rosberg has got the inside line over here though. I'm gonna have to sweep around the outside. I have the inside line there for next corner. Rosberg already passed though. I give a little bit of a squirt with the throttle, and in that way I can stay in front. Once again I'm gonna have to go back to the apex over here, otherwise Rosberg will do the cutback. It seemed like he was a little bit too far back in order to make that move stick. Once again Rosberg though all over. This is a fantastic battle for the lead at the moment. I don't know whether Raikkonen is closing up at the moment as well. I have a look at that of course. Once again trying to reach out for the apex over there, but missing it a little bit. Rosberg once again having such a good run out of the Copse corner. He is on the inside over here, side by side going into there. But we let each other live, that is for sure. Gonna have to leave that guy room of course on the inside as soon as he was side by side with me. And in fact it is Raikkonen who is joining this party. And so with 5 laps to go, we have 3 guys here battling for the lead, and myself being the one who is slowest. Once again going deep into Stowe corner. These prime tires are the tires I am not entirely comfortable with, that is for sure. Making quite a few mistakes once again, not really reaching out for the apex. Well, I'm trying to, but I don't really nail it. Rosberg having a good run once again on the exit of this corner. Is he going to do something similar to the first corner here as we did last time? Oh yes, a fantastic run. He's on the inside. I'm going to have to leave him room, which I do so. And we make contact and Rosberg spins out. And Raikkonen moves himself up to P2 because of that. And having a look at the replay, I was so confused at that time. I honestly thought I did nothing wrong. But when you look at the replay, I think I just about, as we see McLaren Honda there, I think I just about left enough space on the inside here. Look at Rosberg, like the way he turns in my opinion too late into the corner. He should be all over the curb. That is exactly what I thought he would be, or where I thought he would be. And so I think, in my opinion, I left him just about enough room to at least be you know, on the curb over here. Just this is a good point of view. I think if he, you know, was all over the curb over there, which I honestly thought he would do, so I gave him the appropriate space for that move, then maybe you could make it sick. But no time to talk about that because Raikkonen is already attacking us. What I want to say though is if Rosberg went on the inside over there and he would go completely over the curb, I think that incident would have been avoidable. Luckily we are able to keep on going though. Rosberg definitely spun. And now it is Raikkonen attacking us, who is also really aggressive. He immediately tried to make a move stick as well. And I have to fight every inch of the way over here in order to take this victory. Look at the run Raikkonen has had out of Kop's corner as well. Similar to what Rosberg and I were doing into this corner. And similar to the Rosberg and myself crash in the first corner happens here yet again. With Raikkonen this time spinning off. I was so confused at that point. I was like, this is the second time it happens in one lap. Raikkonen on the inside over here. Let's have a look at that though. I once again think that I left enough room. I left, it is tough. The thing is, if you are side by side into there, the lines are always coming together. But once again, I think that same with the Rosberg situation, Raikkonen can be a lot more to the right hand side, and that is how much space I give him. That is what I anticipate. I expect those guys to go completely over the curb. First of all, to avoid me. Second of all, they are on the inside, so you know, they take the racing line, and the racing line is just going over the curb over there, because why would you not use the curb? So I anticipate on that, and I give the appropriate space needed for a move like that. But I don't give the appropriate space needed, you know, when they actually are, well, what is it, 50 centimeters off that, you know, that line I expect them to take. Because in that case, yes, we are going to collide, and that's exactly what happened twice over there. See, I go completely over the curb over there. Yes, it was a cut, but even, you know, the normal racing line is just to get on the curb, and Rosberg didn't even go on the curb over there. So interesting, especially when you are side by side. The guy who's defending definitely needs to leave space, but when you go side by side into a corner, the guy on the inside does need to make sure that he leaves some room to the guy on the outside as well, because you know, you both have the right to be there. You do need to leave each other room. Like for example, when you are on the inside, you just cannot take the normal racing line, because the normal racing line, you would sweep it to the outside of the corner. But in that case, there is a car over there, and you would push him off the track. And remember, all the time you have to leave a space, you know. So lap 25 of the race, though. The penultimate lap, Rosberg is in P3. Raikkonen caught up to us yet again, though, and the gap coming into the final lap is just only 7/10. So are we going to see another battle over here? Well, the thing which is sure at the moment is that Raikkonen once again is going to have DRS on us. So we need to defend from that. We need to use rich mixture, but the thing is as well, they are having the advantage. They are on the newer tires. And well, battle is on once again here. Raikkonen having DRS, and look at the speed advantage he's having in the mirrors. I go defensive, he's gonna have to go around the outside over here. Can he do it though? No, he cannot. We're a bit too far ahead into that corner. And so he's gonna have to back out once again. But an exciting race so far, that's for sure. Few incidents, unfortunately. I wish they wouldn't have happened. And yeah, I still have doubts who is to blame for that. Maybe it's me, maybe it's the AI, who knows. This time I'm taking the curb there nicely, hitting the apex at least over there, which I haven't done throughout a big part of this race. Another corner cut over there. If you don't like corner cuts, I usually don't like it, then yeah, maybe this has been a horrible video. That's been horrible to watch, to be honest. From my point of view. Raikkonen though on the final lap here is gonna have to try it, and has to go around the outside of slow corner. Usually that doesn't really happen, and neither does it this time. I have a nice line going into there. Raikkonen once again though, I'm having to go defensive here, even for the final couple of turns. Can Raikkonen sweep it around the outside here of the inside line from the next corner, but cannot do it, and the Lotus ahead of us have a big tangle as they cross the line. We do so as well, and we take home another victory in the season, after starting from last place, which is very important, not only for the championship, but just important in general, of course. Another victory, but it was a hectic race, that's for sure. That is a fact, to be honest. And yeah, sorry about the corner cutting, that was pretty terrible. as I said, it was pretty painful watching it back. But it's the way it is. I don't practice for these races, I just jump straight away into quali. And sometimes it can cause bad behavior in terms of track limits.
It was a dream come true for Felipe Nasr today. He takes the race win after a quite frankly stunning drive.
Yes, definitely. It was a brilliant race and one that you can tell the fans really enjoyed.
Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
What is nice about this victory is that it puts Saub's in second place of the championship, equal to points with the championship leader Nico Rosberg. Hamilton falling back a little bit, 28 points, but who knows, maybe one DNF and you can be up there straight away. This is definitely going to be an interesting season in terms of the title, and I hope to upload the next video quite shortly. After Silverstone comes, what is it, Spa I believe, which I already did. I already recorded Monza in fact. So I hope to edit that and upload it as soon as possible. I've been a little bit busy, and thanks to that I haven't really uploaded that much on the channel, and I apologize about that. Once again, I apologize about the driving as well in this video. Hasn't been the cleanest, but nonetheless I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed it I would appreciate a like. This is pretty much it, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, I really appreciate it, and once again I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.